Page 54, Duke of York Strut. The top of the page, they're talking about the primary chords in the key of G major. You remember the key of G major has one sharp, F sharp. Look at the key signature in the piece. See, it's got one sharp, key of G major. I'm kind of simplifying this because it could be other things besides G major, but that's all we've had so far, so that's what it is. The 1, 4, and the 5, 7 chord. Remember, just remember those numbers because it's the same numbers in any key. So in the key of G, G is here, got an F sharp. The 1 chord is built on the first step, it's a G chord. Then the 4 chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, well, that would be a C chord. We usually play it like that because it's closer to the 1. Doesn't matter how you arrange the notes, it's still good. And then the 5, 7 chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't forget the F sharp. That's a 5 chord, and a 7 is one more. And that's usually played like that. And we're not using the A. Or we could do the A and not use the F sharp. But most of the time it's here. So you got the 1 chord, 4, 5, 7, well, the 1, and the 1. G major. And you can go find stuff on G major and improvise on that, and use these chords, whatever. Now for this Duke strut thingy, 4/4 time, take it one hand at a time because the rhythm's a little tricky here. When the right hand comes in, it comes in on beat 4, 4 and 1, 4 and 1. So you're in this position to start. Next line, all quarter notes, not bad. Let's go down to the next line. Second measure, you're here. 1, 2, and 3. Got a B flat there. This is the first measure on page 55. You got a B, a G, and a B flat, and another B flat, and an A. So it's 1 and 2. Except the B flat is tight. So you don't play the second one. You just hang on to the first one. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then you're doing that some more. Go down to the 4th line. You get the same rhythm you just had. It's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And the last line, last measure. You're here. It's a G chord, a broken chord, and then a B flat. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 4 and. Okay, if that's how they want to end it. Left hand, you're here at the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and that's tied. You can barely see it, but there is a curved line there to tie the 8th note to the half note. So you just hang on to it for the rest of the measure, and then you do that again. 2. And then they want you to jump higher. Oh, this is just lovely. You gotta love it. Don't jump. We don't do anything high. Higher, they're meaning going up here. You're going further up is what they mean. I just move. Go from here to here. You're going up an octave. That's all. You got 3 beats of rest, so you just come up here. 1, 2, and then a 4 chord. 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and you see those? All 3 of those notes are tied. See, they have to tie every note, or you have to play the note again. So next measure is 5, 7 chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. It's just primary chords until you get down to the bottom. The last line on page 55. The last measure on the next to the last line, you're here. 1 beat rest to jump lower. Don't jump anywhere. All you're going to do is move back down where you were at the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2. And the last measure, 1 and 2 and 3. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Put the hands together. Well, at the beginning it's just right hand. This is introduction. At the end of the line, that's where the piece starts. So let's do that in the second line. So it's the pickup to the second line. That is 1 beat. 1, 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Remember to hold the half note down. first measure on page 55. When you play the B flat, you're going to play the 4 chord in the left hand. So because you can see how the music lines up, they go together. 1 and 2 and 3. So forth. It's the same then in the 4th line down, same rhythm. 1 and 2. And there is an 8th rest in the left hand, so you lift up when you play the G. Hold the G down in the right hand, you're not going anywhere. So the left hand gets the rest to come down. This is the last line on page 55, and the last measure. They're playing the same notes. So you work out the notes and the rhythms, then go back and get rid of any hesitations you're having, because the beat has to be steady. It doesn't matter how fast you go. You can go real slow to do this. Just it's got to be a steady beat. Then we can add the articulation. Nice light wrist staccato articulation here. Short staccato. There's an accent on that. Well, remember I said in an earlier video, syncopation is when you're playing a note a little off rhythm, a little sooner than you think or later than you think, and it's normal to accent that note, the syncopated note. Here they put the accents in, but even if they didn't put in an accent, I would tend to accent it anyway because that's what you typically do. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 4. 2, 4. 2, 3. It's an accent. Accents. So forth, go down the last line. Staccatos. And this is all legato until the last note is accented and staccato. You just give it a little extra oomph and make it short. That's it, and you're done. Once those are sort of going okay, then add the dynamics. The introduction here is sort of loud. Whatever you think sort of loud is. And then when the melody comes in, it takes over the sort of loud, and the left hand has to get soft. Except for the accents, you get a little louder. Last beat on the first line on page 55, now you're soft for the second verse. And you crescendo up in the third line up to loud. That's the right hand that's loud. Keep the left hand soft with it. That makes the accents very loud. And the last line you come back down to moderately like you were at the beginning. Both hands here. And the last measure is loud and it's both hands. Then once you have all that, then we can start thinking about speeding it up a little bit, because you get rid of the hesitations. This needs to be under your fingers pretty well. Because this piece moves along, it's not a real fast piece. The high range, the fast range on this is about like a march. 1, 2, 3, 4. I wouldn't go any faster than that. That's 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Not that fast eventually. Get into the music and feel it, because that's really where the magic happens. That's where it turns into music. Now there's no pedal in this, of course, because you got staccatos and things. This needs to be light and bouncy. I'd like to play this with you very slowly to double check the notes and the rhythms. Not going to do dynamics, but I will do the staccatos and accents, those things. So I'll give us 4 counts, so let's try it together. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4.